Hi everybody, Bob Fryer here for INTERPHEX TV, and we are joined by Marcia Coulson, president of the Eldon James Company. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you brought a little prop right here, but
did.
it's more than a prop, it's a massive innovation, the likes of which people have been waiting for. In fact, we've got an advocate for this who's going to come up here in just a moment and talk about why he's been waiting so long for this to happen. But this is a big thing that you're bringing to INTERPHEX. Can you tell me what this is and what it does?
Yes. So this is our genderless 10 times multi-connect that connects sterile 10 times. So there's nothing like it on the market.
Okay.
You have your connectors that connect one time and then you're done.
Okay.
But this is a connector that is easy to operate, ergonomic, small in size, and very safe for making your sterile connections.
Okay. You and I were just discussing this, and you were saying that mostly it's a single-use connections and so forth. So this is a change from that?
Yes, this will meet a lot of the initiatives of companies that are trying to become more sustainable.
Right.
As you know, single-use has kind of a bad name.
Yeah,
so,
that's difficult, yeah.
Right. So this is one part that allows you to make 10 connections instead of having a pile of 10 connectors that made one sterile connection.
When you say 10 connections, it can be used 10 times, or it can make 10 different connections?
It can be used connected and disconnected 10 times.
10 times, okay.
Right. So you can connect to various, because it's genderless, you can easily connect to various pieces of equipment to open the flow, to test your product, maybe use it to change out filters, making filter replacement much easier.
Yeah.
So it really minimizes the complexity of a lot of the assemblies that are made for the market right now that are limited to only being able to connect, and then you're done. Then you have to cut the tubing and do a heat weld, which is far more complex than just quickly disconnecting.
I would imagine there's going to be some traffic. That was cool. There's some traffic at your booth, 1403, right? That's your booth number.
Thank you for that.
Traffic because it's going to, cut down on cost, am I right?
Exactly.
And increase productivity. What we're all chasing for.
That's right. And minimize waste.
Minimize waste.
And complexity, so it makes things much simpler.
How long has this been in the making? Because you have been the president of the Eldon James Corporation for, you said 37 years.
That's right.
So you've been waiting for something like this to come along. How long has this been in the making, and how long have people been waiting?
Well, we were challenged to create something like this a few years ago when we launched our first generation of Series Lock. And customers started coming to us at first saying, is this sterile? Is this aseptic? And we'd say, is that important to you? And then, so then we go back and we'd figure out how to make that happen.
I see.
And then they challenged us to, boy, if we could have a genderless connector that would connect sterile 10 times, that would be the holy grail.
It would
and
change,
For 3 years, we've been working to develop this product, and we're so proud. INTERPHEX was our opportunity to launch the product.
That's why you came to INTERPHEX this year, or you've been coming for a lot of years?
We've been coming for a lot of years, but we were so excited to present it at this show. We waited to present it so that we could show all of the attendees that we enjoy seeing here.
And the excitement level, I would imagine, is through the roof.
It's been very well received.
Very nice.
And the customers are quick to identify where they're going to be able to use this to their advantage.
Let me ask you this: when you come to INTERPHEX, do you expect to see innovation like this, and that's why you come again and again and again? And how nice for you to be leading the way this year.
Yes, this is where you come to look for those new startup companies that are showing their products, the new innovations, and it's always something we look forward to, because we get an education every time we come here, and it's really wonderful to see our customers, our competitors. It's fun to see them too. Customers, competitors, and it's kind of, well, my husband mentioned on the way here, we're going to see our friends, because you become friends year after year when you see each other.
Well, I want to talk to somebody who is as excited as you are describing. We're going to bring Ken Wong on and talk to him right now.
All right, thank you.
And here's Ken Wong right now. Ken, good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
So you've been waiting a long time for this. Tell me what it is that you do and why this advancement is going to mean so much to you.
Sure. Well, first and foremost, I want to say as a disclaimer, what I'm going to mention here is represent my own opinion.
Okay.
Doesn't represent my company, Sanofi, at all.
Okay.
So As you know, during the COVID time, all companies are having issue getting the right supply of material to them to make drug. So we've been looking for a solution to simplify our supply chain complexity and to improve our lead time. So the technology here represents an opportunity for us to change how we do business altogether.
Okay.
So what I have in mind here is that in terms of advantages, they are plentiful. One, because of the ability to connect, disconnect, and still maintain steady assurance, means I open up my design flexibility. I have another freedom of operation where I never have before.
Okay.
Secondly, I can simplify and harmonize my processes with that option because I can build module system. The module system allow me to have standard catalog item, lower cost, better lead time, and then also lower my QC release cost as well because I want to buy multiple versions of complex design to release. And then when I fail and I reject, my reject cost is lower because it's a simpler system instead of a big complex system that I'm rejecting. Lower warehouse costs as well.
Yeah.
So I don't have that much space I need to do. And lower QC release testing costs. Also lower safety stock requirement. More than that, I will be able to have agile stock, which means the stock that I have in one location can be shared with other sites because it's module system, all the same.
Okay, let me ask you, do you know why? Explain to me how it is that this system can do 10 times rather than the single use. I don't see the difference, but it must do something amazing.
Well, definitely have to come through the validation. They have to prove it. So I know they've done 10 times. I know that we are asking for to do more, to challenge the maximum as much as we can.
Okay.
That's for sure. And with that options, it allows us to simplify our system. If you look at the filter assembly, for example, they typically come with a filter with a leg of 2 connector at the end, and then another leg for do integrity testing, pre-use test. So instead of having that, I can just simply have a filter with this at one end. So when I need, I can connect here to condition my filter, disconnect, connect to my integrity tester to pre-use integrity test, disconnect, connect to the fluid that I need to filter, and then after that, disconnect, and then connect to integrity tester for post-use test. My purchase is just this filter assembly, very simple. Nothing else in the front here, nothing else in the back here.
Gotcha.
That's lower my cost. It's a standard component I can buy. So that one I can share across different processes also.
Gotcha.
So it's harmonized my order.
I
So
hear you.
by lowering this warehouse costs and the stocks, I free up my cash flow for the company. I can invest in R&D.
Absolutely,
In addition, all this many design have fail-safe design, what I call insurance. In case it fail, because you do a one-time connection, you cannot disconnect.
I gotcha.
If it fail, you have to have something else to process, continuing process with your.
Were you planning on coming to INTERPHEX anyway, or when you heard about this, you decided, now I gotta be there?
I signed up hoping that this will be launching so I can see it in person. And definitely it did not disappoint. So I was so excited for that.
All right, Ken,
thank you so much.
Great to have you here, and I'm glad that it was worth the wait.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And again, for INTERPHEX TV, I'm Bob Fry.